Hi, I'm Tim Bos and I'm the founder of ShareRing. So today I'm going to be talking about tokenomics and our upcoming token migration. So this is an important video for any of our token holders that hold tokens either on ShareLedger, on the Ethereum network, or on one of the exchanges that we're on. So effectively, we have a smart contract that exists on the Ethereum network, and that smart contract was developed a number of years ago. It's got a lot of legacy things in there, legacy functions in there, such as the minting process, such as the ICO contract, a bunch of other things basically that exist in there. One of the issues with that is the bigger the smart contract, the more it costs to use. So that means when you transfer ShareToken between users or to and from exchanges or bridge it across to us or do anything with that token, because of the size of that smart contract and the complexity of what's built into it, it actually costs a lot more to use. So our goal is to effectively reduce that cost as much as possible so that you can utilize that token, send, receive, stake, and so on at the lowest possible cost. So that's why we're doing the token migration. It'll be a simple process. We've been speaking to the exchanges already and they're ready to basically do the switch. Some of the big bits of information about that is we're going to be publishing a blog, probably coming out in parallel to this video, that will explain the process a little bit more. But effectively what will happen is there'll be a new contract that is created, and that contract will be another ShareToken contract. At the time that that contract goes live, we will pause the old contract, and then immediately you'll have all of your tokens in the new contract. If you receive any messages through social media or anything saying that to do the swap you need to send tokens somewhere or to somebody, ignore that because that's a scam. So our process is that there'll be a new contract that we will present to you on our blog, on our website, on all of our social media channels, on our official Telegram from one of the admins and nobody else. And basically your tokens will automatically be migrated to that. If you have tokens on one of the exchanges, such as KuCoin, Gate.io, BitMart, and so on, there's nothing you need to do at all. They will still be displayed as ShareToken. They may pause the token or trading for an hour or so while they basically do the switch. That's completely up to the exchanges as to how long they pause it for. As I mentioned earlier, we've already been speaking to the exchanges. They are all ready to basically do that. The total supply is as per our original white paper. What we will be doing is minting all of the tokens at once, and that's basically to create transparency in terms of what the tokens are used for. There's been a few questions around effectively the minting of tokens that have been used for swaps and so on. Those have been done ongoing to align with the number of tokens that are in ShareLedger and also across Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. So they're basically to facilitate swaps in and out that have basically been happening. But what we'll be doing this time is minting all of the tokens when the contract is launched, moving those into a locked or pegged wallet for the ones that are not circulating. And then those locked ones are going to be presented to CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and so on to make sure that they actually have accurate figures in terms of what's circulating and what's not. We've also created already an API that exists on our website that both CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko will be requesting or automatically looking at to get the live information about the current tokens in circulation. So as I mentioned earlier, transparency is really important to us, so we will be a lot more transparent around that. There's been a little bit of confusion in the past, mostly around how we've basically done the bridge function and equalized the total number of transactions across the chain. So we're hoping that that transparency creates some more confidence in the token and also helps drive us forward in terms of aligning with verifications. So going forward, ShareToken is a very, very important part of our ecosystem. Our product doesn't exist without ShareToken. To do anything on our network in terms of creating an ID, for doing swaps, to buying eSIMs, to the Bankster integration, to any further meme modules that we're creating, all of those use ShareToken as the fuel for that. That means that when we bring on a new client, every single user that comes on board, ShareTokens are used to facilitate the creation of the verifiable credentials for those users, for the decentralized identifier, and so on and so on. So the way that actually functions is our clients that we're integrating with, they pay us in fiat. So they pay us in US dollars or whatever their local currency is for the use of our technology. What we then do in turn is we then buy the tokens that are used for the new users off the exchanges ourselves. So that process is going to be starting to ramp up straight away, and you'll start seeing some buybacks, and we'll present to you some of the wallet information of those buybacks as well. So you will start seeing those buybacks happening. The other part of it is people that stake on our network have that opportunity to be part of that whole ecosystem in terms of benefiting from the clients that are coming on board. So this is the best way that you can actually be part of our overall network and strengthen the network, is by staking your tokens on the ShareLedger blockchain. Staking gives you an earning as well. So every time we bring a new user on board, any creation of a new transaction or something like that actually means that those tokens are fed out to all of the validators or the node holders and all of the people that are staking as well. So it is very beneficial for you. And if you get in early, then you can start benefiting from the new clients that we've got coming on board. So once again, this process for us, it needs to be transparent. So we've got to be very transparent. There's going to be a lot more communication to the users about things like the buybacks, the staking that's happening, the token migration, the total circulation, and so on. The other thing, as part of our privacy by design principle, it's secure. It's also beneficial for long-term holders. So please stay updated about the token migration and any other information that comes on board. Look at our blog, look at our social media channels. We do have a Telegram group as well. So any information that's posted there or from the admins, follow those, and please trust the process. So thanks very much for listening and watching.